Well, it's time now for Truth or Fake, our daily fact-checking segment on the programme, and I'm joined by Catalina Marchand-Diabrio. Catalina, today's segment, some users on social media are attributing the outdated photos to the recent mosque blast in Pakistan. Tell us a bit more.
Indeed, on Monday, a suicide bomber blew himself up inside a crowded mosque in Peshawar, Pakistan, that left over 100 people dead so far. So following this attack, users online are sharing these 3 photos on social media, claiming to show the aftermath of the suicide bombing attack in Pakistan. So beware of these photos if you see them circulating online. They're outdated and do not belong to the current blast. We'll explain. First, let's take a look at some examples of these claims on social media. Here's the first one posted by Nexta TV, where we can't really confirm if they've attributed these outdated photos to the recent blast on purpose or by mistake. But here's the first example. It's this Eastern European media, Nexta TV, where we see people walking throughout this aftermath of this blast that they attribute to the current blast that took place on Monday. Here's one more example where we see photos allegedly of the aftermath of the blast that took place on Monday in Pakistan. Then finally, there's this third photo that's circulating online, published by the National News, a Middle Eastern news publication, where we see people standing right here amid the wreckage of this blast in this prayer hall after a bomb blast inside this mosque. And these images were even used in certain more media publications. This is a Muslim media publication, for instance, where we see the same images as the ones we saw in the fake claims. Or once again, this other image that was published on Russian media, this Russian news publication, where once again they've attributed these outdated images, photos of another blast, to the recent blast that took place in Peshawar, Pakistan on Monday. Nadia?
So if we know those photos are old, Catalina, do we know when and where they were actually taken?
Our fact-checking colleagues at Misbar investigated these claims. They found that the images used in these social media claims are attributed to the mosque blast in Pakistan on Monday. They're misleading and outdated, unrelated to this blast. So contrary to the viral claims, these photos actually belong to the aftermath of another suicide bombing attack in Pakistan. But from March 2022, this first viral image that we saw in the claims in this mosque right here, this image was captured by journalist Fayaz Aziz, who captured this photo for Reuters, as you can see in this article that Reuters published at the time. Then there's the second photo that was circulating online that we saw in the false claims. You could find it in the Alami photo bank. This photo was also taken by Reuters journalist Fayaz Aziz from this blast on March 4th, 2022, as you can see highlighted right there. And then the third photo that we saw in the claims is this one right here, and it also belongs to this blast from March 4th, 2022, and it's published right here in this Russian news media publication in this blast from 2022 that killed more than 50 people in this Pakistani mosque. So all these photos belong to this mosque blast in Pakistan from March 2022 that killed at least 58 people. So just be careful if you see these images circulating on your social media account. These images don't belong to the current blast that killed over 100 people in Pakistan, but they belong to a different suicide bombing in Pakistan in 2002, but also took place in Peshawar, Pakistan, which could have contributed to this confusion online. Nadia?
Catalina, thanks very much indeed for explaining all of that to us.